Sean's been keeping me posted on his project, boy. Wait until he finishes.
All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the Glen.
This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Oh, we're at Watkins Glen tonight for turn left and turn right. It's race number 8 of the season, and it's 40 laps of twisting and turning. It's not a hard track, man, but a lot of guys who don't like road courses will come out here and race. So this is going to be a fun one, man. Watkins Glen, always a fun one. Let's see what we got here. Who's going to win? There's only one way to find out, and that's watching right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's Watkins Glen tonight here in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series. It's 40 laps, race number 8 of the season, and this is going to be a party. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And Watkins Glen, are you kidding me? Road course tonight in the Buschwackers Series. Again, it's race number 8 of the season, a 40-lap race here at the Glen. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And a good one for you tonight. We always have good ones on Friday night, man. Buschwacker Series, always a fun series. Xfinity, of course. And, race number 8 of the season. Our only road course of the season is tonight. Like we are in the practice session, about 15 minutes left to go in practice. Just a little over 15 minutes left to go. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Thanks to all those new subscribers. And by the way, smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. And I got another season that's going to be starting in May. Oh boy, what's it going to be? What is so famous in the month of May? To give you a little bit of a teaser there. Something to think about. So you'll definitely want to hit that smash the bell. You'll get updates when those races are going live, and I'll reveal what that is soon. But I appreciate everybody coming out, watching the races, whether it be live or on replay. Always have fun doing these things. Well, the Buschwackers, it's race number 8 tonight. It's the only road course of the season, a 40-lap race, and next week we'll be at Phoenix. I think it's a 5-turn track. Some guys will say, nah, it's 4 turns, but whatever it is a lot of fun. 120 laps coming up on March the 6th, and the final race of the season at Vegas. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and it's a 100-lapper on March the 13th, and we're going to crown the season champion right here live on TurnLeftTV. Well, we have some more racing headed your way this weekend, and we'll be at right here tomorrow night in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series, 40-lap race there, race number 9 of that season. And what a fun series it is, and it's also got some, it's a great mod, the Next Gen. You got to really work on those tires, so this track is a little interesting in these Next Gen cars. They're a lot faster, but the tire wear is a little different. So you got to kind of weigh the risk versus the reward at Watkins Glen. And that's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Well, we're getting some chatters in here. Good to see the chatters out tonight. Uvaldo, I tell you what, I'm going to give you my pick to win this race in just a moment. Wait a minute, hold on. Right there. That's the guy. No, wait, hold on. All right. He could win this race, but here's my pick. Ed Palumbo would be a good choice. He's been fast. He's right now the top time. My pick tonight is the Ford car, Arthur Vieta. And it could be a boxing match between those two for the race win. Ed Palumbo is certainly in the mix. And he is leading the field in the practice session. See Jesus in here as well. Good to see Jesus. He might be. He got some speed here tonight. Don't forget about Iglesias in the 22. One rock spots machine. He might crush a lot of hopes tonight by bringing home the victory. Hey, we got some more racing headed your way on Wednesday night. Race number 9 of that High Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series. And it's Vegas. 100-lap race coming up on Wednesday. There's a tire rule in that series too. And this thing is, dare I say, balls out at Vegas, man. So, ooh boy, it could be tough on tires. This could be a little strategy race coming up on Wednesday. That's the Tough Truck Series. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I'm picking Arthur Vieta to win the race tonight. Got a big win last week. Got a big win in a four-way battle to the finish. This is last week at Atlanta. Look at this, man. Four-way battle coming into the last lap. You got bottom line, the top line, they're working. Jacobs and Udachin up on the high line, and Dana Grover looked like he was in a catbird seat, but he and the 24 get together, and that curves that momentum just a little bit. The 4 car, Johnny on the spot, goes to the high line, and then dives back down to the low line, and Arthur Vieta is going to bring home the victory, or he brings home the victory in that green-white checker, and they are wrecking at the finish. What a great race that was last week. So Arthur Vieta, can he make it 2 in a row? He might. You never know. If anybody can do it, it's Arthur Vieta. He's going to be able to make it competitive no matter what. How about Givaldo in the 68 car? Be a big win for him. He's always starting us off in the chat sessions too, so we'll appreciate that. And best of luck to him tonight. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server? There are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about hosting your website? Maybe some VPS hosting or online store or some WordPress hosting available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Take a look at the Saturday Night Thunder schedule. These guys, as I mentioned, will be at Watkins Glen next week. Clicked on the wrong button, by the way. 40-lap race there on February the 28th. That's a Saturday, February 28th. Race number 9 of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. We got to take a look at the point standings here coming into tonight's race. That's a big one. Something important to do. Here we go. Sean Jacobs leading in points, 322. Dana Grover, a little work to do here in the last couple races. He's going to be at 301 there in P2. Givaldo Spinola is third. John Stanley fourth. Tight battle there between the two of those guys. Also Ed Palumbo in this mix. Tony Furtado doesn't look like he's here tonight, so he may sacrifice some points. He's currently sixth. Preston Hassel seventh, also not here tonight. Jesus Iglesias eighth. Jomar Peixoto ninth. Jack Furtado is in 10th.
We'll step on the gas.
Gordon Carter, 165 points there in P11. Archie Vieta with that big win last week, propelled up to 12th. He's a little part-time racer. Stanislav Pavlov, Chris Hughes, and Denis Udachin is 15th. Eugene Fedorov, Dmitry Skakin, Richie Novar, and Claudio Bardelli Jr. at back 16 through 19. We have about 7 minutes left to go in the practice session. Let's take a look at the track here at Watkins Glen. Anybody who knows anything about racing and road course especially, well, you don't have to be a road course racer to know about Watkins Glen. 2.454 miles, 8 turns. It's the NASCAR circuit. Get that little chicane there. We call it the bus stop. That's a fun track, man. No boot. And the short configuration with the bus stop. So it should be a fun race. Always a fun one here at Watkins Glen. A lot of guys can drive this, man. It's really good for stock cars. It really is. I think most road courses can be quite challenging with the stock cars. But this one is a lot of fun. That brings us to the race keys here at the Glen. You got to set up those passes, time the passes. You got to, you got corners. You have about 8 corners there, so you got to time the passes, figure out good passing places. Limit that aggression too, man. As soon as you get aggressive, that's where you get off the track. Hit your marks tonight, man. Race this track. Manage the traffic. Not going to be a huge field here with the 10 drivers so far. I think we're looking at somewhere over maybe 11. We might end up getting 12 drivers here tonight. So not a huge field, but you're definitely going to be around somebody at least some point tonight. So you're going to have to manage that traffic and make good pit stops. There are no caution flags, just local cautions only here at these road courses. So getting on and off pit lane is a big one. And this pit lane is uphill and downhill. There's a crown at the top of pit lane, so it's easy to speed coming out of your pits as you go downhill to rejoin the racing surface. Five minutes left to go. Guys getting some last minute laps in here before qualification. Take a look at 62, Stanislav Pavlov. That'd be a good pick to win this race tonight. Stanislav right now 4th in the practice session. John standing in 12, giving him a little bit of room. So Stanislav Pavlov might be a good pick to win this race. How about Jesus Barbecue Iglesias in that 22? Orange Crush sponsor machine. Could be in a conversation to win this race as well. Dana Grover racing from the Trax VR facility tonight. That 8 place car right now. Little Toyota 89 Trax VR machine. Tim Hortons, another one of those Canadians out there. That's John Stanley in the Tim Hortons sponsored Ford. He's going to plug away tonight, get a good finish. Right now shown 9th in the practice session. Jack Furtado PB10 in the 94 car here in practice. Good to see Jack out here, man. Goes way back. High Octane Racing League days. One of the old guard drivers back at it. Older brother of Tony Furtado. Might get his first win tonight, too. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias in the 22. Got a lot of guys on pit lane right now. The Givaldo Spindola and his 68. Coming out on the track to get some more laps in. Right now, 6th in practice. We'll take a look at the top 10. Gilmar Peixoto might have been able to join us here, so it'd be good to see him out. Preston Hassel here in the chat session. Hopefully you feel better, buddy. Good luck to the drivers, he says. Got to get his pick in. I don't know. You can't just sit here and watch without making picking a winner. Come on. A little under 2 minutes left to go before we go to the qualification session. Take a look at our side-by-side to see if that's working for us. We're always going to check that. Probably check that before I start the broadcast, huh? I'm an amateur, man. Total amateur. Looks like Argentina's on 2 screens. That's how great this guy is. Looks like it's working, huh? Awesome. And Barbecue is on fire. Look at that. 22 living up to his name. Barbecue Iglesias. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias. And he's getting watched. The Barbecue's on fire. There he is. We got him. We don't normally move the cameras like this, but let's see if he makes it all the way around. There he is. You see him. He's on fire. The dude is on fire. What a hottie. Burning up the stuff. They'll put an engine in here just before quals, so. And these guys getting ready to head over to the qualification session. Here we go. Qualifications underway officially. See who's going to be the first one out of the gate. So if you're just joining us tonight, we are at Watkins Glen International, the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Xfinity Series. It's race number 8 of the season. It's a 40-lap race, and these guys are headed over to the qualification session to get themselves a good starting position here on the grid. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, the broadcaster, the commentator here at TurnLeftTV, owner of High Octane Racing League. And thanks for joining us. It's round number 8 of the season. And these guys are headed to quali. So who's going to be the first one out of the garage? Anticipation, huh? A lot of anticipation. Might be the, here we go. Looks like it's a 24 car. He slipped us. He slipped us. All right, Sean Jacobs, the first one out of the gate here in the 24 car. Take it easy through this bus stop. These tires heat up a little bit. Get set up here for a good run across the start-finish line to start lap number 1. 2 timed laps here. As always in qualifications, you get an out lap, 2 time laps, and an in lap. And the 24, Sean Jacobs. First one out on the track. Everybody just sort of qualifies at the same time-ish. But it is private qualifying, and here we go. First time lap for the 24 Kubota-sponsored Chevy. It's the hard part of the track for me right here is turn 1, and knowing what, you know, the kind of the right distance to do that overrun through the corner. You get that overrun area. That is fair game. Set yourself up here for the S's. And we get the bus stop. This is a critical place here. You can gain a lot of time through this area. And set yourself up here for a good long straight. You got a left and back to the right. And scooch up the hill to the start-finish line. We'll get a good run here, plant this car. Don't overrun it too much, staying on that track, nice. Now around turn 8, get a good jump up this hill toward the start-finish line. Let's see where Sean Jacobs lands. 1:12.405 for Sean Jacobs. And Palumbo through the S's. Jacobs with a 1:12. Now Gordon Carter, if they're bettering him, 1:11.560. Let's see where Ed Palumbo in the Melly Yellow sponsor machine can land. Using that overrun area. It's a little bit different strategy there. Left hand, get a little bite here for a right-hander. And up the hill to the start-finish line. Archer Vieta to the top of the grid with a 2.73. And Palumbo fast in that first sector, a little bit off in sector 2, but here we go. 1:11.154 for the 54. How about that? How about Jack Furtado in the 94. Oh, little contact with the tire barrier there. And into the outside wall, scooching up some grass. Ed Palumbo to the top of the grid. Let's see how Jack Furtado navigates through this bus stop area. Little wide there. Whoa! No! Nelly into the wall. Holy Toledo. Jack Furtado got into the outside wall. Did you see that? That was painful. Take a look here. A little bit of a replay. And he overruns this bus stop right here, and he's going to make hard contact with the outside wall. Oh, man, that'll knock your dentures out right there. The 94, hard contact there for him. And he's going to be starting in the back. Yeah, Palumbo here on lap number 2. Archivetta top time. Vieta can Palumbo chip into this time, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to, but he's got a good P2 starting position. Jesus Iglesias trying to be the spoiler here in the 22. Right now, Vieta the top time, Palumbo second, Carter third, Jacobs fourth. Dana Grover is P5. Jesus Iglesias a little bit slow in sector number 1. That 22 Orange Crush sponsor machine. Moving off wide here, so let's see where sector 2 is a little bit off in sector 2. Jesus Iglesias shooting for a 6, 7, 8. And up the hill, and he's going to need a little work here. Need a little help, a little wind behind him. Let's see where he lands. P6, not a bad starting position with a 112.514. That was lap number 1 for him. Let's see where lap number 2 lands. Gilmar Peixoto still getting his lap in as well, I believe. Maybe Stanislav Pavlov, he's up to P4. Through the bus stop here, Jesus Iglesias in the 22, Orange Crush sponsor machine. Ooh, not a smooth entry into the bus stop. And a little wiggly there, a little tail happy. If we can make up some time here in turn 7 and 8. But up here to turn 7. Down to the inside, hugging that those rumble strips. A little bit off the pace, but a better second sector for him. Let's see where he lands. I think he's going to improve his position here. We'll see. Up to P4, Jesus Iglesias. Bumping Pavlov back to P5. So Jesus Iglesias in the 22, a good starting position there for him. So it looks like qualifications effectively are over. So congratulations to Archie Vieira. We'll give him the official deal here in just a moment once we get qualifications officially over. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. All right, we are back, man. Qualifications are over. They are now in the warm-up session. We're going to give you the results. If you're just joining us, this is the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Xfinity Series. And this is Friday night, of course. It's the Buschwackers. Race number 8 of the season, and we are at the Glen. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. And we'll take a look at the qualification results. Archer Vieira, my pick to win this race, by the way, earns the pole position. Ed Palumbo will start second. Gordon Carter starts in the third position. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 will start fourth. Stanislav Pavlov makes it a top 5. Chevys all make up 1 through 5. How about that? Dana Grover, the Toyota, the 89 Trax VR sponsor machine, will start in 6th position. Sean Jenkins will start in 7th. Gilmar Peixoto, 8th. John Stanley, the top forward, starts in the 12th position. Jack Furtado will start, in the 9th position. Jack Furtado will start in P10. And I think Gilmar Peixoto is out here tonight, too. Did not qual, but he will be starting in the 11th spot, I believe. So Archer Vieira will start pole position tonight. So congratulations to him on getting the starting P1. You can see Fireball Flash. He's out on the track here doing some laps, I believe. No, he's in the pits kissing the girls. I think that's where he's at. Let's check on him. Oh, see, I can't even get the camera over there. They're hiding. They're all hanging around his race sim at Trax VR, which is, he's got a big crowd, man. They're all cheering him on. Huge support there at Trax VR for the sim racers. And I know Dana appreciates that too, with all his friends and all the setup that they do. And you know, he comes in and they got it all set up, ready for him to go. And, you know, just an all-inclusive type of deal there at Trax VR. You're up in that Calgary area. Give those guys a look, man. Full service at Trax VR and that sim racing side. Just under 5 minutes, so approaching 4.5 minutes left to go in the practice session. Is Archer Vieira seeing how far he can push that car in the practice session. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Phoenix. It's hot, baby. It's sunny. And it is a lot of fun. 120 laps coming from Phoenix on March the 6th. That's race 9. And then Vegas will finish out the season. We'll crown the champion at Vegas. And then we'll all go out and party at the Flamingo. About 3 minutes left to go in the warm-up session.
We'll step on the gas.
All right, we got just a little under 2 minutes left to go. We're waiting on one of the drivers to get back in. Darren Hollowa in the chat session. Cheering on Dana Grover, of course. We're giving 71, Gilmar Pachotto. Ico sponsor machine. We may end up having a restart warm up here, waiting on Givaldo to get back in here. So give him a little bit of a break here and get him back in. Restarted warm up here to get Givaldo a chance to get back in here. Looks like he might have gotten kicked. This game is notorious for this. Plus, also, I've got people from different parts of the world here racing tonight too. So sometimes these connections get a little botched up. I know Givaldo's down in Brazil, so we'll give him a chance to get back in. I appreciate your patience if you're watching. That was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Flying the camera around and then forget who I'm actually pointed to. Just joining us, a little bit of a holding pattern here, waiting on Givaldo to be able to reconnect and be able to join us for the racing. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action at Vegas next week, March the 4th. Well, we already getting it entering March. You got to be kidding me. 100-lap race at Vegas. And that should be a fun one in the truck series, man. These guys will be 3 wide for sure at this track in the truck. So there's a couple on tires too, man. It's a abrasive track, and there's a tire rule in that series. So a little strategy, a little tire save, maybe a little bit little aggressive or backing off the aggression, all in play at Vegas. And next week, right here in the Buschwackers Series, we'll be at Phoenix Raceway, 120-lap race number 9 of the season. And, of course, racing should start, or qualifications start at 9 o'clock, somewhere around 9:15, 9:20. We will drop the green flag. That's coming up next week, man. I like this track. I like racing this track. I like broadcasting races from this track. It is a lot of fun. So that's coming up next Friday, March the 6th. It looks like we're going to be kicking it over at the 5-minute mark. Givaldo not able to join for the race tonight. That is a shame. Trying to get Indy close to go. What a bummer there for him. All right, well, you get your picks in. My pick to win this race tonight is Artur Vieira. Yeah, we keep playing the same songs. Yeah, no, I told myself I'd put them in order, so I always play them in the same order, but that went out the window. That went out the window. Here we go. All right, here we go, baby.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, man, I'll tell you, this is going to be a fun one tonight. Watkins Glen here in the Buschwackers Xfinity Series. Let's take a look at the starting order. Artur Vieira in the 4 starts P1. Apolomo in the 54 starts in the 2nd position. Gordon Carter starts 3rd in the 56. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 starts in P4. Starting in the 5th position is Stanislav Pavlov in the 62. The 89 of Dana Grover starts in P6. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts 7th. Gilmar Peixoto in the 71 starts in 8th. Starting in 9th is John Stanley in the Ford. And in 10th is the 94, Jack Furtado. I'll tell you, man, this is a fun track. It's not a hard track to drive, but you really got to be patient. My race keys here tonight, man. Set up those passes, limit your aggressive driving, hit those marks, manage the traffic, and make good pit stops. So Givaldo saying he is not able to participate tonight. What a shame, man. Hopefully Givaldo can chat it up in here and lead the chat. Got the crown next to his name. You know that means a lot right there. Our number one chatter. So Michelle Bruno. Oh, there we go. Michelle Bruno cheering Fireball Flash. All right, here we go. The lights are out in the pace car. That thing's flying, by the way. I knew this would be a fast pace car here. There's another version of this track where it is a little bit slower, but here we go. Here we go. Archer Vieta. In the 4 car, our pole setter will lead the field to take the green flag.
Green flag, go,
And green. Side by side there, Vieta. Oh, look like they may be going 3 wide a little bit. 54, oh, way out there. 56 car got way out on that outside line. Gordon Carter, I thought he was going to make contact with the wall, but Gordon Carter able to hold on and keep it out of the wall in that 56. And Dana Grover just behind him in the 89 car. Vieta going to lead the field here to through this bus stop. And Palumbo right there is about half a second behind in that 54. Jesus Iglesias is third. Gordon Carter fourth. Dana Grover is in fifth. Take a look at Dana Grover. Trying to close in. A little shifting right there. Right-hander and then up the hill. Start finish line. Working his way through the gears. Gilmar Peixoto just behind him in P6. And that's 71. 44, Sean Jacobs, also Stanislav Pavlov. That's P7, P8. John Stanley and Jack Furtado. Not about there by themselves right now. That's a P9, P10. Vieta opened up that lead to 1.3 seconds. Take a look at Ed Palumbo is racing in the 54 Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Got Jesus Iglesias just behind him. Take a look at Jesus running in P3. Iglesias trying to chip into that gap there between the 54 and 22. Jesus kind of missing that corner. Yeah, Palumbo swings wide, but Jesus, I think, missed that corner and got up into the rumble strips there on the right side and scrubbed off a little bit of speed and lost some time. And that's going to pull Gordon Carter in for a little bit of a peak. Gordon Carter in the 56 now can see that a little bit more clearly, the back end of that number 22 Orange Crush sponsored Chevy. Fun part of the track there through that bus stop. Now it's good to get just a long right-hander. Really want to be able to get some good speed down here. And these this left and right-hand sequence here is not hard. Turn 7, turn 8, not hard really. I think this helps set you up for turn 8. Get a good bite here through turn 8 and then up the hill. You gain a lot of time there through that left right-hander sequence. Stanislav Pavlov here just a moment ago in a 62, battling Sean Jacobs. Good battle here. 4P7 and Pavlov on the inside. Jacobs not fighting too hard in that 24. So Stanislav Pavlov in that South Point sponsored Chevy now moving up to the 7th position. Sean Jacobs falling back to P8. Pavlov continuing to make some pace here as he's gotten around Gilmar Peixoto here. Pavlov now starting to get up on the horse. Battling too wide here with Gilmar Peixoto. This is a good battle between the 62 and the 71. Whoa! You got to be kidding me right there, South Point. Sponsored Chevy squeezing it in there. Let's take a look at this and see if we get another view of this. Right here, watch this. He just says, I'm throwing it in. Look at that. That getting a little bit into the grass and a little slide job. And a 71. Might have given him a little bit of a break. Oh boy, here, watch this. He's going to have a mirror full. He's going to have a windshield full here in just a second. Watch this. Into the bus stop and a 62 pulling off that pass. That is brave. Now here's a moment ago. Here's a 24 getting by the 71 car. Uh-oh. 71 car off the track and into the wall, it looked like. Let's take a look here and see what happened. 71 entering turn one, and I think, oh man, he just misses it. He gets into the grass and, oh, trying to save it and gets in a little bit in the tire barrier, and the hood comes off that car. Man, he just missed it. I think it was, you know, that pass right there, it wasn't a bad pass with he in the 62, but man, oh, he downshifted. He downshifted right there and broke the back end of the car loose, and then he makes contact with the wall, and the hood goes a-flying. And Sean Jacobs saw that one, that's for sure. On the front of his car. And he sees the grass getting kicked up, and then hood's flying. Sean is open that he does not get taken out by the 71. He gets by. So the 71, a lot of damage for him, and he is definitely going to have to come down pit lane. It looks like that's where he's at, on pit lane now. So the 71 taking service. Big time damage there for him. And Arthur Vieira is our leader. I always miss something. Thank you, Givaldo. I think I left it on because I left it off because I wanted to do the standings there, or the starting positions. Well, we see who the leader is, and that is Arthur Vieira at Palumbo is in second. Jesus Iglesias is third. Gordon Carter fourth. Stanislav Pavlov makes it an all Chevy top five. Dana Grover is in sixth. 7 laps in. A lot of laps to go here. Pavlov battling Dana Grover. Good battle here. Steady. Oh, Dana Grover goes wide out of turn 7 and gives a 62 the opening he needs to be able to get by. Dana Grover slipping off the track just a little bit. He just missed that corner here. Take a look at this. Just missed the corner here. Way to the outside, way much further than you want. Maybe a little mirror drive in there. Took his eye off the track. And now 62 getting by. So Dana Grover now falling back to the 6th position. Arthur Vieira is our leader in that NASCAR BR sponsored number 4. Leading the 5 Chevys up front. Take a look at Sean Jacobs running in the 7th position. He wants to be the 6th Chevy. In the 6th position to make it all Chevy top 6. He's running in the 7th position right now, and he's got about 11 seconds between he and Stanislav Pavlov. He and Dana Grover, I should take that back. I don't even know what I'm doing, man. Artur Vieta just ran the best lap of the race. 1:11, 1:18. He just keeps getting faster. Faster and farther away from Ed Palumbo. Looks like Gilmar Peixoto has retired his machine, so a tough break there for him. Just too much damage. And he is out of the race. Guys are spread out just a little bit on the course. We'll take a look at Jesus and Gordon Carter. That battle there between the two of those guys. Jesus running in the third position. Gordon Carter is fourth. That's probably the best battle on the track right now. About a second separate the two of these guys. 56 wanting to close in on that 22 orange truck sponsor machine. Gordon Carter does look like he's a little bit faster here through this section of the track, so he's reeling that orange truck sponsor Camaro. Jesus Iglesias in. And Iglesias swinging wide. And that battle is tightening up. Pavlov wants to get in this mix as well. He's about 3 seconds back. Dana Grover swinging wide. It looks like Dana Grover might have swung quite wide there through that corner. Take a look here. This is turn one. Going a little bit wider than what I would have expected him to. I guess it wasn't as bad. It looked better from the other angle, I should say. Different perspective coming from that view. 5 second gap. Now, Vieta has not been able to really stretch that out much. I mean, we're looking at roughly around 5.5 seconds-ish between he and Ed Palumbo. Take a look at that gap there with 30 laps to go. 5.8. It is jumping up there a little bit. Closer to 6 now. Looks like 6. Starting to roll up on some lap traffic, however. Jack Furtado just ahead for Artur Vieta. Vieta, our leader, now closing in on Furtado. And this, oh boy, I tell you what, you have a little trouble getting by the 94. Uh-oh. That's going to help Ed Palumbo out a little bit. Jack Furtado tried to give him room, but they just caught each other in, they just ran up on each other in a really, really technical area of the track. So the 4 of Artur Vieta, our leader. And this battle between Jesus Iglesias and Gordon Carter is heating up. Gordon Carter all over the back of Jesus. Jesus trying to keep his eye on the road, but he has got a mirror full of the 56 car. Gordon Carter in P4. Smelling blood in the water right now. And Palumbo now trying to get by that 94. 94 a little bit into the grass, and the 54 getting by. That gap now about 7 seconds between he and P1. Take a look at Dana Grover, kind of out there by himself right now. About 6.5 seconds between he and Stanislav Pavlov, who's running in the 5th position. And this battle up here is starting to really heat up with Pavlov joining the party. Got a party of 3 cars here. All Chevys. 22 of Jesus Iglesias, the 56 Gordon Carter, and the 62 of Stanislav Pavlov. But Pavlov missed that corner. See that car jumped out just a little bit. Let's take a look. This is a little bit earlier. Stanislav definitely had a little hiccup through the corner. Watch, this car is going to jump a little bit. He definitely missed the corner. Man, that's just right there, not bad. Getting through that section of the track. He definitely lost some time. He's still trying to close in, though. But right there, a little bit squirrely on that. Oh, and he misses the corner there. So just when you catch up, going to take your eye off the road and focus on some other stuff. Look at this, the 4-car coming down pit road. So the 4-car making a pit stop. And I think Ed Palumbo also on pit lane. This will be an interesting sequence to watch with these guys as Ed Palumbo and Artur Vieira are making pit stops. And they are nose to tail there, P1, P2. You see Jesus Iglesias on pit lane as well. Ed Palumbo wanting to try to tighten up right there to the 4. It's a good pit sequence for those guys. And Artur Vieira comes out like he went in the lead, well, in 4th here, but will be in the lead, I should say. Sean Jacobs now picking up P6 as Jesus Iglesias is on pit lane. Now coming back out. Gordon Carter, the race leader, but he's coming down pit lane. He's got the 62 and the 12. I haven't talked too much about the 12 tonight. He is at the tail end of the lead lap in that 12 car. He will technically go a lap down here with those guys getting around him on pit lane. Gordon Carter also on pit lane. John Stanley trying to beat these guys out and try to stay on the lead lap. And a little drag race there between he and Peixoto. Gordon Carter back there as well. And Artur Vieira back to the front. So after pit stops, that tightened up a little bit. 1.7, 1.6 seconds between Artur Vieira and Ed Palumbo here on lap 15. See this pit sequence there as Pavlov gets around Gordon Carter as he's coming back out. Look at Ed Palumbo running in the second position, 1.82 seconds now. About 1.82 seconds or so. Gap there between the two of those guys. Ed Palumbo running in the second position. Jesus shown in the third spot in the 22. If those guys get a little frisky up front, Jesus could be in the catbird seat here to win this race. He is 8, almost 9 seconds back in P3. Pavlov is our 4th place car. He's running just about 15 seconds down to the race leader. Gordon Carter rounding out the top 5. All Chevys in the top 5. Gordon Carter in the 56. High place moving sponsor machine in P5. About 20 seconds down to the race leader. 2.5 seconds separate P1, P2. Take a look at that gap there between Vieira and Palumbo. Vieira got a big win last week in Atlanta. And what a great race that was. You had four guys there in contention for the win. And it really got nice and frisky in that finish. So 3 wide. 3 wide's what started it off, really. I mean, they just ended in a battle. And Vieira was able to come out on top last week. And was looking like he might be able to get 2 in a row here. Opening up that gap about 3.5 seconds now. Take a look at John Stanley. He's the first car 1 lap down. Unfortunately, no full course cautions tonight, so going to have to rely on some pit strategy and maybe some guys having some bad luck. Vieira just ran the fastest lap of the race, 1:10.848 for Artur Vieira. That is flying, man. Continuing to stretch out that lead. Givaldo joining us in the chat. He's pointing out that maybe Pavlov may be saving some tires a little bit better than the rest of these guys. This 62 South Point sponsor machine running into the 4th position. That's a good observation. Maybe Pavlov working at calculator. A little blue smoke there, a little white smoke, I should say. Locking him up to go into the bus stop. To set that car up for a good transition out of the bus stop here and out of turn 6. We're down to turn number 7. Long straightaway here. A little overrun using that. Setting himself up here for turn 8 and a dash up the hill. Easy to get into that outside wall coming off turn 8, especially when the tires wear out a little bit. So Pavlov trying to close in on Jesus Iglesias. It's about 3 second gap there between the two. 2.8. There's Iglesias in that 22. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24. He's running in the 7th position. You know, he doesn't make really any secret about the fact that he doesn't really like road courses. I mean, he's like the super speedways and some of these other tracks. The other speedways and short tracks have really grown on him. But you know, he's known for his prowess in the or on the super speedways. But he's trying to use this as a good points night tonight. Maybe a little luck with some of the pit stop strategies to these other guys, and maybe hitting them, missing the marks. So the 24 might be able to capitalize. So right now running in P7. He is the last car on the lead lap. And ahead of him is Dana Grover in the 89 Fireball Flash sponsored Toyota, running in the 6th position. And maybe dealing with some, maybe trying to work that calculator a little bit in terms of pit stop strategy. He's always doing that, man. He's a very smart racer. And he's able to adjust. He's got a long-term plan, really. I mean, I don't think a lot of guys do that, and he is certainly one of the guys that does. He's got a long-term plan at the for each and every track. This is where I want to plan to pit stop. Make a pit stop. This is, green, my green-white checker strategy or whatever. When he's going to make pit stops, how many tires he's going to change, where he wants to be at a certain part of the race. He definitely is always thinking about that as we just approach or past halfway. And he's able to adjust as well. So the Fireball Flash Toyota is in the top 6. He's the top Toyota in the race tonight. The only Toyota in the race tonight. And missed that curve just a little bit right there. Got in the grass. Up the hill. So he's got a little work to do to close in on fellow Canadian Gordon Carter in that high place moving sponsor number 56 car. Gordon Carter about 24 seconds down to the race leader. Archer Vieta is just spanking the field right now. Oh, Pavlov might have had a little trouble. Pavlov might have had some trouble there through the bus stop. Let's see what happened. Pavlov definitely missed it. Wow. Looked like the car locked up. The back end started getting tail happy. Watch this. Oh, he misses the entry to that corner and then jerks the wheel to the left to try to keep from getting into the wall. He does a good job there, really. Well, here, look at this. He misses this, and he's jerking the wheel to the left to try to get this car turned. Get it somewhat pointed straight through the grass. And wow, did he hold on or what? Look at this. Just jerking this wheel right here. Whoa, boy. Says, come on, Nelly. Come on, South Point. Don't fail me now. And able to get it back out on the track. Might have boogered those tires up just a little bit. Kicked up some dust. Threw some vegetation out on the track. Lost a little time. He's about 3 seconds behind Iglesias, so Iglesias starting to roll up on some lap traffic. It looks like Jack Furtado just ahead. And Iglesias is going to want to try to get around with no trouble here, and Furtado is going to let him go. Right there goes Jesus Iglesias. Jack Furtado giving him some room. Now Stanislav wants to try to have an easy go of it. He sees that 22 car up there. You see Jack Furtado moving to the inside to let Pavlov have this outside line going in, and he's out of the gas quite a bit. Let Pavlov's transition. Pavlov hard on the brakes there, locking him up. And what happens there? Let me tell you how this works. You know, you have a plan on when you're getting into these corners, but when you come up on somebody that's a lap car, and even though they get off to the right to let you go by, or left, in this case it was the right side, it throws off your rhythm. And that's what you saw right there with Stanislav Pavlov. We'll go back here and look at this. You see he gets hard on the binders just because he's got that car on the inside, and it throws off his entry point. He couldn't get to his mark, so he had to approach it a little bit differently, and he had to get on the brakes to get this car to turn. You see right there, he gets hard on the brakes, and then there you go, sliding that car. Maybe a little bit on the brakes there to keep him coming around. All because it had nothing that Jack Furtado did. He didn't do anything wrong. All he did was give him room, and you just catch him in an odd spot, and it throws off your rhythm. It throws off your racing line. Neither one of those drivers did anything wrong. You see Vieira now starting to close in on Sean Jacobs. Jacobs running in the 7th position as Vieira, our leader. He's wanting to get through the 24 car as quickly as he can. And a lot of room there by the 24, giving the 4 car a lot of room. You realize, hey, I'm not going to be racing for the race win, so I'll let you go. And Vieira will return that favor. No doubt about that. Got Palumbo about 10.5 down. This Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. He's running in P2. Jesus Iglesias 3rd, Pavlov 4th. Gordon Carter is in the 5th position. Check it on Gordon Carter in his 56 car. So he is running in P5. Take a look at John Stanley here in the 12th. Stanley running in the 8th position. He's 2 laps down. But a little bit of a rough night here early on. Caught him early and then has really not been able to recover. His Tim Horton sponsor machine. He's thinking points night here tonight maybe. So a little bit lower field. Archivieta is thinking win. Let's get our second win in a row. Oh, he got, oh no, Archivieta in the inside wall. Archivieta hit the wall. You gotta be kidding me. Archivieta lost control and got into the inside wall, the right side. Let's take a look here. Archivieta, this is a moment ago. All right through there and swings wide and gets this car, oh man, tail happy and into the inside wall. Holy Toledo, watch this, man. The back end of this car is going to slide right there and he's just hanging on, trying to catch it, gets into the grass, locks the front tires up and he smacks the wall, and that's our race leader. And he was working the wheel too. Watch this. Counter steering. Look at, oh my heavens. Oh, and hard into the wall is the 4 car. Man, maybe some used tires there for him. Sean Jacobs saying, wait a minute, is that Archivieta? So Vieta's going to have some right side issues. That was a pretty hard bit of contact for Vieta. I think he's going to be coming down pit lane here fairly soon. I can't see him staying out there too much longer with that car. Of course, as long as he's looking at the time and he's able to extend that lead, then all's good for him apparently. He's got an 11.5-second lead over P2. Jesus Iglesias is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. The 62 also following him in. Look at this. Guys pitting on top of one another. So Iglesias in the 22 making a pit stop. He and Stanislav Pavlov. This is going to be an interesting pit sequence to watch. So 22 and a 62. 22 a little bit better pit stop there than that 62. Maybe a little damage to get repaired by the 62. And he is out of pit lane. And Vieta is on pit lane now too. So our race leader is going to be a little bit damaged that he's going to have to get repaired. He might not get it repaired, but that was some pretty significant right side contact here for the 4 car, and he is on pit lane now. So the race leader, Archivieta. And we'll see here how this shakes out as far as, there you go, Ed Palumbo coming onto pit lane. So I think Vieta might have maybe skipped that damage repair. Let's see how this tightens up after they come back out on track. So I think it's a lot tighter here. So you're looking at what, maybe 4 seconds. So maybe there was some damage repair going on. Jack Furtado, now you got to be careful here. Got to be careful with Archivieta. He missed his mark. Might have been a little contact with the wall. And a lot of this is maybe looking ahead. Missing your mark and gets in a car in the right spot. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. My gosh. That got interesting there. Dana Grover making some waves here. He's in P3 with those guys making pit stops. A different little pit sequence strategy for some of these guys, and he has worked his way up to P3. 24 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. We're down to 2-second gap there between Ed Palumbo and Artur Vieira, so this battle is heating up. Vieira has somebody has reminded him he is human. Made a couple little miscues. One hard contact with the right side and another one just a moment ago after coming back out onto the track after making a pit stop. So that gap is the 3.5-second gap there between he and the 54. Dana Grover is in second. Jesus Iglesias is fourth. Stanislav Pavlov is fifth. And the 89 indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. And Jesus Iglesias is just behind him. So he has definitely signaled, hey, I'm coming down pit lane. Iglesias in the 22, running in the fourth position. Communication there with Jesus. And you got 94 there, slower on the inside, letting those guys go. And looks like that 94 might have gotten into the outside wall. And Iglesias making that pass. The 89 going to make a pit stop now. Take a look at the 89 as he climbs the hill, come down pit lane. So Dana Grover is on pit lane here on lap 30. Now I would venture to say this is going to be your last pit stop. And Artur Vieira, hang on. He has opened up that gap, that 4.5-second gap on P2. Dana Grover is on pit lane. Now finishing up his pit stop. So he comes back out in P6. Right there about where he's been running for the most part tonight. Looking at a points night. A great race last week. Battle with Artur Vieira, among others. Pavlov was in that. Maybe the 24 was in that. There was a good 4 or 5 car battle for the race win last week at Atlanta. And the 89 was right there in the mix. Artur Vieira, as we learned earlier, came out on top. And that 4 car, he's wanting to make it 2 in a row here tonight. Gordon Carter running in P5. Good top 5 run there for him. Still preserving that top 5 Chevys. Top 5 all made up of Chevys, I should say. 62 is Stanislav Pavlov running in the 4th position. That was about a 1.5 seconds-ish, 1.8 maybe, separating he and Jesus Iglesias. So this battle is starting to heat up a little bit. Iglesias running in the 3rd position, and Pavlov trying to get by Sean Jacobs. Pavlov to the inside. Sean Jacobs scrubs off a little bit of time there, staying on the low side, and he gets around the 24. Now going to set his sights on the 22. He's running out of time. Looking at about 2-second gap there. He was trying to get around Sean Jacobs and just hit him in the wrong spot. Just caught him in going into turn 1, and that's a tough side-by-side deal. Not conducive for a side-by-side racing there. Keep our eye on that battle. That's P3, P4. Like maybe Jack Furtado might have retired his machine. What a tough break there for him. We take a look here as Jesus Iglesias trying to hold on to P3. Now, got a few laps left here. All you got to do is miss your mark 1 or 2 times, and the 62 is going to be right there to pounce. So we'll take a look at, keep our eyes sort of peeled on that battle there between Iglesias and Pavlov. Stanislav Pavlov running in the 4th position. You can see Iglesias. He's just waiting for Iglesias to have a bad corner, or for him to have an exceptionally good corner close in. 1.7 seconds, so it is pretty tight. I mean, within striking distance here, so we'll keep our eyes on that P4, P3 battle. Mark Videtta wants nothing of that. He wants to come away here and cruise to the victory. And Palumbo is about 5.2 seconds back, running in that 2nd position. Take a look at Ed Palumbo running in P2. Yeah, Pavlov can just really in that 22. Both those guys have been really in each other's zip code all night. And Artiviero has really been the class of the field at what we expected, at least what I expected anyway. Definitely the class of the field. Don't forget, next week we'll be at Las Vegas in the High Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series, race number 6 of that, or race number 9 of that season. And racing starts, or quals start at 8 p.m. Racing starts about 8:15. 100-lap race from Las Vegas. That's coming up on Wednesday, March the 4th. This battle really has tightened up. P3 and P4 right there, nose to tail. Iglesias can definitely see that Pavlov is closing in. You're down under a second now. You're looking at about a 2-second gap between the two of those, but the Pavlov has slowly chipped away. Now you got to make sure you're hitting your marks. That was not the best corners. That was not the best transition through the bus stop that the 62 wanted. .1 second gap. So Iglesias is able to stretch that out there with the missing the mark there by the 62. 5 laps to go. And this is where it gets fun here, man. You're trying to hold off the 62. If you're the 62, you're trying to close in and really make a run at him. But you got to concentrate on the road. You have to concentrate on that road or things will go awry and you're going to throw it all away. The 4 car does not want to throw anything away. He has got this locked up as long as he can navigate through some of this lap traffic. You see the 12 car ease it over to the right side to let him through. And the 4 of Artiviero. This battle here, man, I'll tell you, this battle is heating up. Stanislav Pavlov right there. He smells a little blood in the water. He's smelling blood in the water on board here with Stanislav Pavlov. Downshifted there. He's wanting this car to bite. Oh, 22 locking him up into the corner. And that's going to give Stanislav a run. What a battle here. The 22 into 62. Side by side into turn one. This is a tough one to go side by side. Iglesias locking it up again. Oh, the 62 to the inside. A little wiggly by the 62. Boy, I thought he had it. Little wiggly. Concentrate on hitting those marks. This battle is for the third position. Iglesias going down to play some defense here into the bus stop. Into the bus stop. A little defense by Iglesias. This could cause you to swing wide off the corner. Stanislav Pavlov all over the back of the 22. Yeah, Palumbo getting by. See the 4 car. Getting ready to get 2 to go. Yeah, Palumbo running into second position. He got around that lap traffic, so he is in P2. He's about 9.5 seconds down to the race leader. Wow, Pavlov and Iglesias, it stretched out a little bit as Pavlov might have burned up his stuff. They're trying to close in on Iglesias and get around him. So Iglesias has been able to stretch out that gap. But Arthur Vieira. Smooth sailing here for him. Maybe a little bit lap traffic in the mix. Stage looks like it's clear. It's that battle for P3 is heating up again. Stanislav Pavlov and Jesus Iglesias. And Pavlov running out of time. He's going to make a move. He is all over the back of Iglesias again. Iglesias just got to hit his marks. With this, man, I'll tell you what, this is getting interesting. Crossing the start-finish line into turn one on that right-hand screen. Arthur Vieira through the bus stop here on lap 39. Watching a battle between Jesus Iglesias and Stanislav Pavlov for P3. And they're rolling up on some lap traffic as well. John Stanley right there just in front. He caught him in a hurry too. This could tighten things up. This could tighten things up there between the two of those guys. Whoa, boy, there might have been some contact. Might have been contact. Pavlov to the inside. Oh, they're bouncing off each other. Pavlov backs off. Yeah, we are on the last lap. The last lap, here we go. And I don't think that battle's over. One more to go there for P3, P4. Holy Toledo, man. That got interesting, and I tell you, it's still not over. We still got the bus stop. We got the S's before the bus stop. Arthur Vieira says, I want none of that. I just want the race victory. So Arthur Vieira has been the class of the field all night long, and he looks like he's on his way to pick up victory number 2. Or 2 in a row, I should say. And Arthur Vieira up the hill to take the victory here at Watkins Glen. So great job, Arthur Vieira, on getting the win. And another one for him. So So a great win for Artur Vieira here at the Glen. And what a run for Artur. So Vieira 2 in a row. Gotta like how that makes him feel. Maybe lining himself for another championship. I don't know. Could be. Well, Vieira, a very strong outing there for him. He does not do interviews, unfortunately, so we will not have an interview there. So congratulations to Artur here. We'll give you the final results. These guys all get across the finish line. It looks like they have. Let's take a look at the final results. Artur Vieira gets a win. Ed Palumbo finishes in that second position. Jesus Iglesias third. Fourth is Stanislav Pavlov. So those guys really tried to beat each other up, and Jesus was able to hold off a charge by Stanislav. I'll tell you what, Stanislav tried everything he could to get around the 22 car, but could not do it. But a good top 5 run there in fourth. Gordon Carter finishes in the 5th position. Dana Grover finishes in 6th in the Toyota. Sean Jacobs finishes 7th. John Stanley 8th. Jack Furtado finishes in the 9th position. And Gilmar Peixoto finishes in P10. So a great job to Artur Vieira on getting the win. And another one for the NASCAR BR sponsored Chevy. Number 4. Some more racing headed your way on Wednesday night. Race number 9 of the season in the High Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series. It's Las Vegas, a 100-lap race coming up on Wednesday, March the 4th. The Saturday Night Thunder will be in action right here tomorrow night for a 40-lap race in the Next Gen Series. And, that'll be a lot of fun, especially with the tire differences that we have between this mod and the Buschwackers mod. So this will be very, very interesting. That's coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Well, next week here in the Buschwackers Series, we will be at Phoenix for race number 9. Just 2 races to go. Phoenix, a great track. Got the dog leg, I think, acts as a 5th turn, to be honest with you. It's 120 laps. It's going to be some tight racing, a little technical here, maybe almost racing semi like a road course, too, in certain sections there. So race number 9 of the season, that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's coming up March the 6th, Friday, March the 6th. Don't forget to tune in. Set your calendars. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel tonight. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. I appreciate everybody coming out and watching, whether it be live or on replay. Share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. Please share mine. Well, congratulations to Artur Vieira for getting the win. What a fantastic run he had. That's going to do it for us tonight. And we'll see you next time. I am out of here.